please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance?
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Welcome everyone. We have the agenda before us. Do I have any additions, deletions, or corrections? I do have one. Under zoning number 3, what we originally had on our screens is not the updated version. We were each given the updated version, the one corrected. That's already been signed off by the law director. And when we get to that, Chuck, do you have a copy of that? Just read that in its entirety for the record, and that's the corrected one. Anything else? Okay, we do have an excused absence. Our Fire Chief Howard Hirschberger is on a very deserved vacation. But we do have our Deputy Chief Bill Reed, who's over there hiding behind that screen. And so thanks for being there tonight, Bill. So the first thing on the agenda is unfinished business, and I'll turn that over to Lisa.
Thank you. I have a resolution to enter into the amended attached annexation agreement with the City of Canton effective July 28, 2026.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion?
Yes, oh, sorry.
No, I was just gonna add comment, since we've got State Senator Jane Tinkin with us. You actually were the only individual that actually sat down with us, so we give you a lot of thanks.
Absolutely, we're happy to be
for that,
helpful.
and because I know you said, I mean, even looking at it, diving into it, very technical, and it's easier said than done,
Yeah.
though it's a very heated and emotional thing. So on behalf of Plain Township, thanks for sitting down, and helping us explore it. Clearly we got something that's a win-win.
Right, I agree, and I applaud you all for all of your work on this and moving Plain Township and Stark County forward. So.
And you were the only elected official that really got back with us, followed us up through the whole way with the process, and that means a lot. And I know Perry and Canton Township feel the same because we were all at the table, so thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes, thank you.
Just to touch on that, just the changes, there was just better defined automatic and mutual aid terms, and then we had to add municipal income tax instead of just income tax, and then we just firmed up the arbitration that if we ever went to arbitration, we'd follow that agreement. So those were very slight municipal changes.
Yeah, because I think the difference was collected income tax.
Yes.
Versus what our share actually is. So, and I'm glad you guys caught that. It just seems like now I mean, we've already talked about this agreement, and I've heard a lot of discussion from residents who still don't understand the impact of this agreement. And I tell everybody, I've been involved in public service for 50 years. And I can honestly tell you, this agreement that we entered into with the City of Canton and our officials ranks in one of the top 5 things that I have ever been involved in. And it took a lot of work. There was a point in time when we didn't even remotely believe we were going to come close to being able to get this type of agreement. But I guess the appeal to the better angels won out, and there was a lot of hard work on a lot of people's parts. I said this publicly in our last meeting, and I'll say it publicly again. On our side, our administrator, Lisa Campbell, put a lot of work and a lot of effort and a lot of compromise and a lot of cooperation and a lot of trust into this agreement. And when the 3 of us went to City Council, when they were going to vote on it, we didn't know how that vote was going to go, because there's 12 people that vote at City Council, and who knows what they're thinking or what they're going to vote on. And I gave a little bit of a presentation, and when it was time for the vote, it was 12-0. So I think that just goes to show, the communication process, and it's a win-win, certainly, but it allows us for growth in our township, because obviously those water lines are extremely important to economic development. And we probably, and we're bouncing around percentages because we can't pin it down totally, but we're pretty confident to say that we have probably protected 95% of the properties in Plain Township, warding off any kind of annexation. Okay, and understand that there were a lot of people that believed that, well, you can fight annexation. Well, that's not true. There's nothing we can do. And all of the kicking and screaming and yelling that we might do is never gonna be trumped by the fact that in the Ohio Constitution, it grants municipalities the ability, not the necessity, but the ability to use their public utilities that they provide outside of their corporations to require annexation. Okay? So I know we've talked about that before, but we're still getting people who are questioning the validity and the rationale of this agreement. And it's amazing. So, as we said earlier, Senator, thank you so much for, becoming interested in it and doing the research at the state level, because basically, if it was going to be changed, that's where it would have had to be changed. And, we appreciate your interest in it, as Scott and Brooke, I know, would agree. So, we just think it's a great thing. And I'll stop rambling.
And I just would be remiss if I didn't say, sometimes we have somebody that works behind the scenes very quietly, we couldn't have done it without him, is our law director, Eric. And he did work hand in hand with me, and he just tends to be a little more quiet, and he's just used to being behind the scenes, and I just wanted to just point out that we worked hand in hand. And there was a lot of people at the table did, but Eric, we're lucky to have him.
I think we have a stellar team.
Yeah.
All the work we did and the work those two did, we wouldn't have been able to get done. Without them.
Okay, anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes,
Thank you. That leads us to item number 2, which is a resolution to terminate the mutual economic development agreement and all existing cooperative economic development agreements and annexation agreements with the city of Canton effective July 28th.
So moved.
Second, it's been moved and seconded. Discussion.
They're all covered under this new annexation agreement. Didn't make sense to hold on to any of the old ones when we have a much better, all-encompassing annexation
And the
agreement.
city did the same thing, by the
Yep,
way.
same thing.
In their, except, so they did the same thing. Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
yes.
And that's the end of unfinished business.
Thanks. That takes us to new business.
Thank you. New business number 1 is a resolution authorizing an application for the Muskingum Watershed Conservancy District Partners in a Watershed Management Project Assistance Grant. This is for the Nimishillen Tributaries grant with the Western Reserve Land Conservancy.
I'll so move on that.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion?
Senator, we're gonna reach out back for another letter of support on this.
Absolutely.
So,
I
thanks
was
for
expecting
the.
it.
Yeah,
thanks
thank
the
you
quick
for that
turnaround.
as well. Yeah.
So we're glad you're here tonight.
I saw the agenda.
And we appreciate you being a proactive senator.
For sure.
Yeah, that's, thank you very much. That's actually the equivalent of 70 acres in,
It's 70 acres, $1.43 million that, based upon our other acquisitions, have done 20 acres and 47 acres. There's about 1.4 tied up in those, so this actually, once it gets acquired, assuming everything closes, our green space will increase. I think I had it like 137 or 143%. We started out with 106 acres in 2010,
You're right.
and we're gonna 70 plus the 60, 137. Yeah, it's right around there. So, and it's all passive. I mean, this actually, I mean, as much as it's nice to say, oh, parks and folks go, oh, what's that gonna cost me? This is all preserved natural green space. We're not building, developing, right? In fact, the grant requirements are extremely stringent. So whatever future boards are here, even if the property, for some reason, dire times come sold, those conditions still stay. with that property, so. Good conservation corridor.
Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes,
Thank you, that's the end of new business.
Thanks, that takes us to the fiscal officer's report. Mr. Wolf?
Thank you. Fiscal Officer number 1 is a resolution to authorize payment of pending warrants in an amount of $516,162.44.
So moved.
Second's been moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
yes,
Fiscal Officer number 2 is a resolution to authorize payment of regular payroll in an amount not to exceed $300,000.
so moved,
Second's been moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
yes,
Fiscal Officer number 3 is a resolution to authorize payment for the following medical claims.
So moved.
second,
Been moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
yes,
Fiscal Officer number 4 is a resolution to authorize payment of the 2025 real estate tax and special assessment second half invoices to the Stark County Treasurer for the total amount of $13,885.82 from the following funds.
so moved,
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
yes,
Fiscal Officer number 5 is the bank reconciliation for the month of May.
Anything specific, Tom?
No, everything looks good and everything balances.
Well, that's the
that's
most
always,
important.
yeah, I was saying, that's a positive.
Okay, if you have any questions of Tom Seaton-Vader, number 6.
Fiscal Officer number 6 is the financial report for the month of May. We're still in a strong cash position and everything's looking good with all the funds.
Okay, again, any specific concerns, see Tom? Number 7.
Fiscal Officer number 7 is a resolution to approve and adopt the attached Plain Township ACH transaction fraud monitoring policy and procedures.
So moved.
Second,
Been moved and seconded. Discussion?
Joyce did a great job.
Yeah, she did,
doing this.
yeah. It is a requirement, so obviously we need to have that in place for any potential audits, but we don't just do it for the audits, we do it because it's definitely a safeguard and it, gives us direction in terms of how we manage those finances. Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes,
That concludes the Fiscal Officer report.
Thanks, Tom. That takes us to the administrator. Lisa?
Thank you. Item number 1 is a resolution to authorize and approve the Great Pumpkin Race Walk Run Race application.
So moved.
Second's been moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
yes,
Thank you. Item number 2 is a resolution to restrict the dates and times a person may discharge, ignite, or explode fireworks.
so moved,
Second. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion?
Most of this still falls in line with the state schedule outside of the crazy 4th of July where it's going to be 4 to 5 days.
Yeah.
So-
I will say my neighborhood, it sounded like,
Oh,
as many neighborhoods, it's like a war zone.
The only good thing, I think, and maybe you will disagree with,
Sure.
was it seemed like the 11 o'clock cutoff time was pretty good. I mean, it does, at least to me, in my neighborhood, it seemed like they knew we gotta stop this at 11 o'clock. Did we see any other problems?
Yes. Yeah, we did over in the lakeside area.
Okay,
They received a lot of phone calls over there. And you're right, it restricts to the holiday only. It was for the 4th, the weekend before, the
well,
weekend after.
absolutely,
There
I
were-
know, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
most of them it's the holiday from 8 to 11, except Christmas, is it New Year's Eve? Yeah, to 12:15.
Yes,
But, yeah, and I think, I like how it's nice and clear for each holiday, so when I'll get this over to the sheriff's office, we'll talk about it.
yeah.
It's black and white and pretty.
Yeah, because
simple.
that pretty much gives you guys then, from an enforcement ability, you only deal with one day in each one of those.
Yeah.
it's easier.
Perfect. Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes,
Thank you, that ends the administrator report.
Okay, thanks, Lisa. That takes us to the fire department. Before we start, you were here tonight for the approval of the, was it the Great Pumpkin?
Yes, yes.
So I just want to say that Chief Reed is the representative from the township, who is the representative helping with that race. And he's been doing it ever since I left.
Yeah, yeah.
So,
Hard to believe, it's 16 years, I
Oh,
think.
yeah. So, you know, it's a great fundraiser for the DD group, and so you were here to see that we
Yeah.
did approve the race again.
Yeah, that's
So,
great, and I appreciate that, and I know the committee does as
Yeah.
well.
And I'll
Thank you.
email it to Lisa tomorrow.
Awesome, awesome.
All right, Bill.
Okay, fire department number 1 is a resolution to authorize the purchase and payment for combination carbon monoxide smoke detectors.
So moved.
Second.
Been moved and seconded, discussion, this is all grant dollars, right?
Yeah, actually, it was a grant that Chief Schallenberger got, and we were able to reallocate funds to buy more smoke detectors than coloring books and other things.
Nice.
So Bill, just for the record, in case anybody watches, how do they go about getting the smoke carbon monoxide detectors? Just simply calling?
Yeah, just
Central-
call
Central
into the fire
Station?
department because we have to install them and keep track, there's paperwork. Cause it is a FEMA grant, so we have to turn in paperwork and proof of payment and all that kind of stuff on our end, so. There is a tracking process with it, but if they call the fire department office number, we'll be able to get that scheduled for them.
And we're getting ready to do our fall winter newsletter, so that could be an idea for an article in the newsletter to get the word out.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
Well, and we still have people calling in from when we ran out of them, 6 months ago or whatever, yeah.
Okay.
So,
And,
it's a great program.
and as always, we are purchasing them at ACE,
Yes, yep,
so
yep.
we are working with our
Our
township
Plain
members.
Township, yep, local Ace Hardware. Yep.
Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sable?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Okay, fire department number 2 is a resolution to authorize and accept the new job description of Deputy Chief of Administration.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded, discussion. So I guess I do want to just talk a little bit about this, because we're going to do another one as well. So what we are doing is creating another deputy chief position, and these new job descriptions will spell out specifically what each one of those individual ranks are going to do. And obviously, we just did a interview process to replace retiring Chief Schallenberger. And the number one thing that we heard from every candidate in terms of future growth within the fire department and an area of concern was training. Training, training, training. And the only way that we could have made sure that we buy into that logic is because obviously we do training in every department that we have, but the fire department training is a certifiable issue. They have to very clearly get very specific CE. We are rated in our ISO rating based on a very specific training schedule, and all of that not only takes time, it takes a lot of work to do all the paperwork and to make sure that the percentages are there. So this new position that we are creating is, there will be other things they'll be responsible for too, but it'll allow that training officer to be here every day so that when we train 3 shifts, because we have 3 shifts, and each shift then, the same person will be here 3 days in a row to do that exact same training schedule for each one of those people. So it makes it more consistent as well. So,
And the other thing I could add to, it helps in documentation. In today's world, because we do plenty of training now, documentation and stuff is key to everything, and to make the ratings and that we want. we want to improve on all that stuff as well, so.
I think it is important to point out, when you look at the structure of the fire department, we used to have a part-time deputy chief. It was exclusive to training, and that was when we had a smaller department. So, I mean, John, you know the size, we've even grown since you were chief. I certainly can see where this is prudent for a long term. And
Absolutely.
ultimately, I mean, when we start taking a look, big picture too, of succession planning, and just general growth opportunities. The talent that we've got, certainly if there's not paths forward, we know they're no different than anywhere else. They're gonna look where they can go get it. So I hate to see us invest time, energy, resources
Yeah.
to develop that talent, to just up and leave, which we haven't had that much of an issue
No.
for some time, but we had periods of time where literally, and I think it was the younger group,
Mhm.
that leave over a quarter or 50 cents an hour, wouldn't look at the big picture
Mhm.
of things, but I think administratively, this gets us over the.
Absolutely, and we do have a fair amount of retirements that'll happen over
Yeah.
the next 5 to 6 years, that a lot of our younger firefighters will be moving up the ladder, and so we need to make sure we're ready futuristically, and this will make that happen.
Perfect. Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Okay, fire department number 3 is a resolution to authorize to accept the new job description of deputy chief of training and operations.
So moved.
Or second?
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Okay, that's all we got for the fire
Thanks, chief.
department. Thank you.
That takes us to road. Drew?
Thank you. Road item number 1 is a resolution to authorize payment to Hill International Trucks for parts and labor to repair unit number 12.
So moved.
Second's been moved and seconded. Discussion?
We got really lucky that it wasn't the engine also, because that would have been an extra 50 grand.
Oh, yeah.
Just transmission only.
Yeah.
So,
Wow. Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. Road item number 2 is a resolution to post temporary no parking in this block signs for both sides of the listed streets. This will be all for all the Pro Football Hall of Fame proceedings.
So moved.
Second's been moved and seconded. We do this every year. Just something that takes place this time of the year. Anything else? Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you. That concludes road.
Thanks, Drew. Takes us to zoning. Mr. Schellenberger.
Thank you. Item number 1 is to declare items A, B, and C as abatements.
So moved.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded. Is there anyone in the audience that wishes to address the board to speak in favor of or against any of these abatements? Seeing none, roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Okay, item number 2 is to accept A and B as abatement pays.
So moved.
Second's been moved and seconded. Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And item number 3 is to amend a resolution 26-402, which is a resolution to change the address from 3217 Regent Avenue, parcel 5203-201, to Regent Avenue, parcel 5203-204, and add expired resignations as a nuisance for the property.
So moved.
Second's been moved and seconded. Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that concludes zoning. Thank you.
Thanks, Chuck. That takes us to parks. Nothing, Rod?
Nope, just eye candy tonight.
Well, I just want to congratulate you on the attendance.
Say
Last
congratulations on
week.
candy.
Yeah.
I think we need to send you for a drug and
Yeah.
alcohol test right now.
They,
Wouldn't be a bad idea.
we had what, 2,000 plus?
2034.
Yeah, we were kind of leaning on the pedestal there and looking out, and I forget who was there, but I said, did we imagine ever seeing that crowd 3 years ago look
Yes.
like that?
Yes,
And
we did.
it's just crazy, but
Thank you.
I think what makes us all happy is when you look out there, they're all singing and clapping and dancing and smiling. And, you know, everybody's having a good time, so that's what we wanted.
And for a $10 ticket to see that quality,
Yeah.
I've looked at some of the bands we have and they play elsewhere at a much higher rate. And all we're doing is covering our costs to provide that level of entertainment for the community. It's pretty awesome.
Can't beat that price.
Let's shout out the team effort too, because everybody here is involved in some way, shape, or form to make it happen, and I would be remiss if I didn't at least, not only my staff and my team, but everybody here. It's been fantastic. It's been a group effort, and am I thrilled to see the attendance? Yes. Did I fully expect it? Absolutely, but it couldn't happen without everything, so thank you.
Well, I think that enters into our original mission. I don't think any of us want to be in the concert business. We want to be in the community business.
Yes.
And, you know, even though we get some remarks online about, you know, why don't you do this, why don't you do that? What we are trying to do is have a clean, wholesome, safe, fun, cheap way for families and people to have a good evening. And I think we're doing that, and we tweak it. Every week we see something, we tweak it a little bit, but I know you guys work your tails off on Thursday to pull that off, and, you know, I didn't leave here Thursday night until way after 10 o'clock.
10:23.
Yeah. And, I mean, there are those guys where,
Well, you scared me. I came around the back corner and you were standing.
well, I had a fun discussion over on the other
As
side.
you said, you caught up with
Yeah.
old friends.
Yeah, I did, I did catch up, so. Okay, that takes us then, nothing from the law director, no communications. That takes us to the portion of the meeting of public speaks. So let me ask, first of all, is there anybody in the audience that wishes to address the board? Okay, I got this long thing I have to read, and if there's nobody ever to address it, I don't have to read it, okay?
Sorry.
We've reached, yeah, it's all good. We've reached the public speaking segment of the meeting, and we welcome any audience members who wishes to address the board. You may refer to our public speaks format that is located on the back desk. You can approach the podium, or stay seated, or stand in your spot, whichever you prefer. Please provide your name to the fiscal officer for inclusion in the minutes. Please note that in accordance with Plain Township's regulation, each speaker is allotted 3 minutes to ensure all viewpoints are heard effectively, fostering fairness and accommodating diverse perspectives within the allotted time frame. Keep in mind that this is not a question-answer format, but an opportunity to speak. The board respects the rights of citizens to present differing opinions, views, and criticisms. Both the board and the citizens are expected to respect the comments of others while maintaining the highest level of decorum. Senator?
Mr. Sabo, I apologize for making you.
Oh, no, he raised his hand too. So well, I'll blame it on him.
No, so, Lisa Campbell, my name is State Senator Jane Timpkin, for the record. I will take less than 3 minutes. I just wanted to come and congratulate you all for the hard work you've done on this annexation agreement. And I just wanted to say that I'm here to offer my services of help, and I want you to know that I fully support you and the trustees and the work that Plain Township is doing and your contributions to our great Stark County. So thank you very much, and if there's anything I can do for all of you, please don't hesitate to contact me. So
We appreciate it.
And we would return that same offer if there's anything we can do to help. If you have any questions about any bills that might be going on, you know, that how it might involve us, you know, we'd be happy to sit down, you know, bounce some ideas off, anything like that. So, and anytime that happens.
yeah,
Give us a call.
absolutely, and we work together as a team.
Perfect.
So thank you very much. And
Thank you.
have a great evening.
Thank you, you too.
You too, thank you. I just have to say, it's nice because it's not just words. You've already shown us in action before I mean, we reached out to you and you were there immediately, and you answered every email, every phone call, and you were there for us and the other townships, and we can't thank you enough for following through on everything that you said, and we appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Next.
Go ahead and come up. My name is Matthew, last name Jones. I reside at 1522 33rd Street Northeast, Plain Township, Canton, Ohio. First of all, thank you for allowing me to come to the meeting. It's the first time I've ever been to one, so it's a new experience, but an enlightening one nonetheless. Not even sure if maybe this is the forum, but my neighbors had suggested somebody maybe want to talk to the trustees. We actually, I've called, I think it was zoning, they referred me to roads referred me to sheriff's been out a few times. Last time I called, they came out and said that the motorhome was parked legally, but there is a motorhome on 33rd Street, right across from my house, basically blocking the view out the front window of my neighbor across the street. The owner of this motorhome resides at 1519, and I believe they are renters. I'm not sure if any of my neighbors have talked to these individuals or not. I'm not sure, like I said, if this is even the right forum to address
It is.
this, but I do appreciate
It
you
is.
giving me a moment just
Yeah.
to vent that up. It is a bit of a, I want to say, I don't know if you want to call it a,
Eyesore.
well, it's definitely an eyesore. I have a
Nuisance.
photo of the motorhome right out my window. If anybody would like to see it, it's on my cell phone. Also, the gentleman who is at that address I mentioned has a couple of cars he's working on in the driveway. If you look at the rest of the road, most of my neighbors were pretty boring, pretty clean, pretty quiet. Since these folks have moved in, it's kind of very trashy, their home as well as an eyesore. While we may not be able to do anything about that, he doesn't have room to put the motorhome into the driveway, it's on the road. I'm afraid that once he even does that, he's just gonna throw all 2, 3, 4 cars out on the road in front of everybody's house as well. Which I understand may not be illegal, but I thought maybe this would be a forum or a group I could bring the attention to the matter. I noticed at one point, there was a brown Kia Soul parked in front of my house this way, the motorhome this way, and it was trash day. Now, I don't know if any of you have seen how hard sometimes those trash trucks can't get in there with the arms to pick up. Also, if you're coming around, I believe it's Gross Avenue there, turning up onto 33rd to come up the hill towards, what is that, Martindale and Middle Branch right
Yeah,
there? I always get those two twisted.
Martindale, sorry.
Martindale.
Yeah.
I get those two mixed up, so thank you. It can be very difficult to see, as well as for myself backing out or the gentleman across the street from me. I've heard from at least 4 neighbors who are unhappy with the situation, though I'm the more outspoken, boisterous one and the one who would come and speak on everybody's behalf that I've heard from. So that is, I don't know what there can be done or not done. I know there's a provision about parking 26 foot or more. I didn't get a tape measure to measure this thing, but
It's
also,
interesting you
Yeah.
bring that up. Here's a couple things that have happened. I've spoken with another one of your neighbors, and Chuck, our zoning director, actually went out and spoke with that neighbor today about the cars that are on the jacks.
Yep.
Because they have to be licensed and operable. He's got a short time frame to address that, or it'll be addressed through our abatement code. And you're right, there's, the law director and I talked today about this issue, because there's nothing in our home rule resolution that doesn't allow a motorhome on the street. So we're correcting that in that home rule resolution that you talked about, that the sheriffs can enforce. We are drafting, and we'll have for the next meeting, an addition that will not allow parking of motorhomes, campers, RVs, boats on the street. And then the sheriff's office will be able to enforce that and get those off the street. The goal, though, is to get those cars out of his driveway and to, in the meantime, hopefully get that motorhome, into the driveway until he figures out what he's doing with it. But we are addressing the street issue. We'll have that at the next meeting. However, it takes 30 days to become effective. But Chuck he went out, had a conversation with that homeowner today, he knows he has a very short window to make a correction, or those vehicles in the driveway we will be addressing through our abatement procedure.
So clarifying questions. One, you're always welcome, clearly, at the meetings,
Thank
trust
you.
me. Makes it a little more festive, because,
You know, I took a class at Kent State a long time ago, and it was a law class, and he said, I want you to sit in on some court cases, right? And take notes and do a report, and tell you the best way to see the inside of a courtroom, not as a defendant, right? So, also being here like this, thank you for making me feel welcome, and I appreciate it.
so the clarifying question I have, of the cars that have been there, are they the same cars consistently, or are they different?
I mean, I can
I'm
tell
just
you.
asking because I'm sitting here, my first thought goes to, somebody's trying to run a business out of a residential, that's a no-go.
Yeah.
I wonder
We
that-
absolutely squash that right out of the gates.
Yeah,
I
they're
think he's just
different.
mechanically inclined, I mean, he
Yeah.
wants to tinker, and it's just become messy, but
Yeah.
it's always been a white truck, red car, brown Kia Soul, motorhome on the street, and there was a point way back when they moved in, that they were revving the engines at like 1 in the morning, and my roommate and friend, she was about ready to go over there and just yell at him, and I talked to him a few days later, and I was like, hey, man, can we just if you're gonna rev the engine, I get it, there's a cutoff, 11 PM for the time, but not 1 in the morning. And he said, oh, I was tuning my engine and I finished it, so it shouldn't be a problem now. And his truck's still loud, but hey, who doesn't have a neighbor or hasn't heard of those neighbors with the big booming stereos going on too? So, we all gotta live, right? I mean, we don't wanna be unreasonable, but I think when the motorhome came in slightly before Memorial Day weekend, we thought, okay, maybe the holiday, maybe a few days, maybe a week, but, here we are near the end of July and it's still sitting there, and I can recall one time that I heard him try to start it, it didn't start, and it's been sitting there ever since. I've never seen it move, I've never heard it start since he
So
brought it.
that brings a little different note to
Oh.
the table, so it potentially is inoperable, Chuck,
Yeah, but it
so.
has to be both. It can't be
Oh,
one or
but
the other,
it's
it has to be both.
it is licensed, that's
Unlicensed
right.
and inoperable, not one or the other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. And just quick legal disclaimer, because I'm always the wet blanket. I can't tell you what they're gonna do with the legislation.
Oh, right.
Right? So it could go down, but I know that we talked at least about putting something together for them to review. And then that process does need some time to play out before it's in effect.
Understood, just wanted to at least just bring it up and see where we were at, maybe educate me even, because if I don't know enough, then you all can help me.
Yeah, there are some things that our township is a little bit different than a lot of the other townships in the state. We're actually a home rule township, so there are certain things that we have the ability to do as a home rule township, and this is one of them. So, it's within our legal authority to be able to do that. Everything else we handle through zoning, but this will actually get ticketed.
Yes. Yeah.
That is all I had for
Thank
this
you.
evening, I do appreciate you giving me.
Well, you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else wish to address the board? Anyone else? Okay.
And if anybody wants that picture, I do have it to see it, just let me know.
All right.
Tommy, anything?
No?
We missed anything? Okay.
That takes us to concerns of trustees.
All right, so as a follow-up from last meeting, we talked about Veterans Park and the Memorial Hillside. So this all started 12 years ago, and each year we've tried to add some type of meaningful piece to the hillside. What we have up on the screen is an aerial view, courtesy of the fire department, of our existing layout. And I know we've always prided ourselves on the very linear, clean lines, the story it tells. And, as I said before, it's been, a number of months, kept going, it's been 2 years. We want something else to happen there. And literally something fell in my lap a couple weeks ago from Rolling Thunder, where they want to bring, it'd be the 3rd location in the state of Ohio. We already have Marietta and Mount Vernon, but it would be the Silent Battle Memorial. So I met the representative out there two Fridays ago, trying to look at where this thing ideally sits. So the blue circle on there is intended to be the placement of where the Silent Battle Memorial would go. Before I go to the reasons why, I know there was feedback initially of, hey, put it over by the Honor Garden where you'll see the stone. that tree line. It became clear very quickly. One of the things we've always said is driving both ways, do we have a visible line of sight? Unfortunately, you're traveling west to east with that tree line, you're not gonna see it. The elevation's low, so it's sort of hid. And then just looking at the logistics for cutting in, you know, additional paved concrete or compacted stone walkway, that probably presents the furthest distance. Now, I will say, I shared with Rolling Thunder, given what happened there earlier this year, it probably would have had the most significant meaning in its placement because of the veteran that took his life at Veterans Park, just on the opposite side of the tree line. So thus, coming back, you know, originally, there was conversation of wanting to have, you know, try to tuck it over here. What we know, but if you haven't been there, is the elevations. Between your line of sight with the slight rolling hill coming either way, you're not gonna see it till you're in there. It was gonna require, you know, a lot of cutting back in. I mean, Drew's team last one did the cutting in. I was trying to look at ways to minimize the amount of earth that gets moved over there, but creating a line of sight. So, look, in our discussion, it said here, I told him clearly, I can't make a unilateral decision, gotta bring it back. But part of the benefit here is, I mean, there's significant space between the Gold Star plaque and the Keystone Monument, but even if we shifted it over just a little this way, whether we come off the Stark Parks Trail or we just come right off the paved walkway, it's a pretty short distance. Plus, given we already have the electrical utility there because of the lighting, I think that junction box somewhere right in here, should we choose to light it. So it's, you know, minimal grading, good line of sight, whether you're traveling east or west, and essentially, that's a proposed location. So why don't I stop there, because the agreement piece that's in the meeting packet is a little bit of a different piece. So thoughts on, as far as placement or any concerns?
No, because you're right, it's minimum grading and it's a good line of sight and the visual, yeah.
Of course.
I'm of course for it. There's so many people who don't know what the silent battle is. It's a lot of veterans like myself that have PTSD or suffer from injuries that might not be able to be seen from the eye, that we deal with silently and go about our business, and a lot of people don't realize that, and a lot of disabled veterans like that, and I think this would be commendable to happen, especially if we could raise that money before Veterans Day. I think that would be,
Well, and just to, I think I clarified last ago, that bronze piece of the statue takes 6 months itself. So this is not gonna happen physically, assuming that money is all raised, which I think we're talking about 65, 70, yeah,
it's gonna
65
take a while to raise it, but
grand. But,
I think it's a
you know,
nice addition to our
you know, as we,
Veterans
I know the
Day.
story that I've shared, and I think we all probably have a little bit of a version of it, but you know, from the eagle at the base, you know, wings of freedom, you come up to that Blue Star Memorial, which is sort of like that first mark of a service. Well then, you know, we come up here, we've got the battlefield cross with the Gold Star Memorial, which is representing that ultimate sacrifice, which we do have just as a slight offshoot, but before the Gold Star, we have the Purple Heart, which represents injury, could be so much as killed still in combat, but then behind it is our POW MIA memorial. You know, we don't know what's happened to him, so that's why it's technically right across from the Gold Star Memorial, because of the unknown and the significance. And the more of course, as I'm stewing this in my head and going, what's discussion gonna be like tonight? It's sort of ironic, the silent battle, it's the forgotten because it's not divisible. So, you know, even though it's off a little bit here, beyond the Gold Star, I mean, it could still equate to loss in a number of different ways, not just being gone from here, so outside of the physical location of it, I mean, storytelling for anybody who wants to listen, it sounded good to me, so.
Well,
I mean,
and it
this is
shows that we care and that it's not just, like you said, you know, the Blue Star monks and Gold Star monk. It's a whole different branch of people that nobody recognizes as much anymore. And it is getting more vocal with that, but, you know.
Yeah, I just knew when I was reached out to and it was told there was 3 or 4 locations in Stark County they're looking at. My first question was, who else have you called? I was told none. I said, do not make another call until I get back to you, because
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna lose this knowing just what the mentality is. So that's the first piece. So we're good on the location. The second piece to this, as I've previously shared, is, you know, this was brought to us is, hey, Plain Township is the host location, and the folks that we're gonna do this, we're gonna handle the fundraising and so forth. The first pass agreement that come to me, there was some kinks we need to iron out of it, because it essentially alluded to we would have a financial stake in this, and I had communicated everything that's on the hillside's been done through in-kind contributions, tax-free. As much as this is all meaningful, I'm not gonna spend a single penny, agree to spend a single penny of taxpayer dollars for this. We've gotten this far along. This will be a relatively, I think, easy ask with a little bit of effort, because we can sell the story and the image and so forth. So what we have in our meeting packet is it's essentially an agreement to enter into for the Silent Battle Monument. It's between the township and then with this Jim Smith and Anita Miller. Anita Miller is the individual who actually designed and created this memorial. It's the first one she did as part of the Lima Company Traveling Memorial. And essentially it just says we're agreeing to be the host of this location, or of this memorial. It also says the standards to which we will upkeep and maintain the presentation of the memorial, and then it calls out in here that they will be the ones going after the fundraising. I did tell them, you know, just in my personal discussion, I said, I'm happy to offer up at least what connections we've used before for the other monuments. If you guys have any other connections as well, if you wanna offer those up or reach out with this. So really, this agreement is Plain Township committing to be the host location and maintain it. It obligates us $0 financially, so.
I was thinking that we were looking at that overview. Maybe we wanna provide those people with a picture of that, with the existing monuments and what's there, because it might help in the donation or fund process when donors see where it's actually going and what it's blending into. So I think that would be easy to do. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because sometimes when you ask for money for something, they visualize, okay, where's it gonna go? What's, but I think if we do that footprint, and then, you know, we just mark what each one of those monuments are, and the thought that's been put into this, I think it might help in the donation
I
process.
was gonna say, that's a good point, because all of the other monuments, we've sent an image of what
Yeah.
what they've
Correct.
been. We haven't
Yes.
necessarily, outside of saying it's gonna be on the Veterans Park
Yeah.
hillside, it's an additional level of detail that demonstrates that it's intentionally and
commitment,
deliberately
yeah.
And it
thought
makes it
out.
more moving.
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
to see it.
Yeah.
So that's ultimately what I have here. So, Eric, any other comments, because I know you took a look at it.
Yeah, I did. The only thing I wanted you to be aware of is it does obligate you to a few things. You know, they talk about the standard of maintaining bronze, and we'll have to figure out what that is and all that good stuff, but it does obligate you to keep it there, to have the good faith effort that it be a permanent part, which isn't, a problem. But I did just want you to be aware that it does have some maintenance standards.
Yeah. So technically should
We vote on it.
Yeah.
make a motion so
Yep.
I can sign it.
Yeah, you can just add that to the.
It's in the
It's in there
resolution
already?
already.
Perfect.
Yep.
Okay, so I'll make a motion under concerns of trustees, number one, for moving forward with the silent battle bronze monument application and terms.
I'll second that. It's been moved and seconded. Discussion. Roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, and you'll be authorized to sign that, because they only need one signature.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. All right, nothing from the fiscal officer. That takes us to the approval of minutes of June 23rd, 2026, and I will move for approval of those.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Abstain.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.
And that takes us to the part of the meeting where we do have a need for an executive session. And I will make a motion, be it hereby resolved that the Plain Township Board of Trustees, Stark County, Ohio, to adjourn to executive session at 6:50 PM from this regular meeting of July 28, 2026, as authorized under Ohio Revised Code 121.22G for the purpose of the consideration of 1F, the compensation of a public employee or official.
Second?
It's been moved and seconded. Discussion, roll call.
Mr. Sabo?
Yes.
Mr. Hawes?
Yes.
Mrs. Harless?
Yes.